Hello and welcome to our capstone project proposal presentation. Our study is the Pasig Catholic College High School Faculty Loading System. The Pasig Catholic College have managed their data using manual input of data with Microsoft Excel. With the increase of students enrolled annually, most schools have transferred to a more intelligent system to manage their data more efficiently. We have suggested to make a faculty loading system for the junior high school and the senior high school, and they have gladly accepted to change from traditions and convert to a modern system. Here are the members of this study. The faculty loading system will display the information in a layout that makes it easier for the data needed to be located. The system simplifies the allocation of teaching load of the instructors and creation of schedules for the students and faculty. The system is flexible to changes, which makes it possible to alter inconsistencies in the data. It can as well make a ready-to-print copy of the schedules. A statement of the problem. How can the high school department keep track of the list of events programs for the school and the faculty? How to provide information on the availability of teachers for classrooms that must need a substitute teacher. How will the workload be distributed to the teachers and how will the teachers determine their own schedule based on the workload? And lastly, how to generate a report that displays that amount of workload that has changed based on the tabulated annual sections.
Scope and limitations. Here is the scope. For the scope, the calendar. To create, modify, and display school events, academic and non-academic programs, and other extracurricular activities for teachers or students that contains the name of the event or class, location, and time at which the event or class will be active. Data information. The information profiles regarding the teachers, students, incoming students, and semester or quarter. Allocation. Allocate subjects to be taught and hours for the teacher according to the corresponding number of sections to be given. Schedules. Creating and editing, printing of schedules based on the generated load per teaching personnel and schedules per section of the students along with the exam schedule. Now moving on to the limitations. Admins and restrictions. The only users available to use the system are the people who are considered admins by the client and its personnel in the faculty. Admin and faculty user interface differ from one another. This applies to SHS and JHS. Previous schedules. Past scheduled events or classes in the calendar will not be removed unless they are deleted manually. The architectural framework. So as you can see here, below you will see the faculty users. They will access the system through the web. For that, they will need an internet connection. The internet will now connect to the service system. Inside the service system, the web server is the one that hosts the website and performs simple requests. Along it is the application server, which performs more complicated tasks. They host applications and deliver complex interactions through the business logic. As to what business logic is, it is the part of the program that encodes the real-world business rules that determine how data can be created, stored, and changed. Next to it is the database, where data is stored in which admin has control and privilege over these things, which would still need connection through the internet. Upon faculty being able to access the system, because they have been redirected to it, it will now show its contents, which are built up by HTML, CSS, and PHP. Moving to the demo.
Moving on to the demo, the first thing that you will see in the system is the login page, in which it will ask you if you are logging in for the senior high or the junior high. Let's say you would like to log in for the senior high, or probably the junior high, and let us log in as the admin. As an admin, you will see the interface for the home, which is the printing and the creation of schedules. You will need first to select the teacher, the subject, a course year and section, the room that you will teach. Afterwards, you will have to choose which of the following are you going to select as a schedule. It is successful now. How about another subject? A conflict has been made and is not available. Let us display the schedule. And as for the editing, let's say you want to move this into 10 o'clock, but the same schedule. To save, there you go. And how about if we remove this? It is now done. Now, let us check for the class. This will now be the class schedule. And this is the room schedule that the section or a subject will be using. The same principle goes to the exam schedule, which you have to select for a teacher, subject, a course year section, and the room. The remarks can be anything. And the same thing goes for the print exam schedules and the selection of days. For the entry, you can input, edit, and delete a section, a room, a subject, and as for the teacher, you can see the information about the teacher, such as the last name, the first name, the rank, the department they are in, the strand that they are in, the teaching and teaching designation, their username, and their status. As for salutation, you can choose either of the following using the select here, or you can search it such as so. For the first name and last name, you have to input it. For the rank, you can choose one of the following: the department, the strand, the designation, and finally the user. The status will decide if you are an admin or an user. If you're an admin, you can see and use the following, which are being presented right now. But if you are a user, another interface will be shown, which we'll tackle later. For the department, same thing goes. Designation, the strand, the rank, salutation, and finally, the time. The time here, in which you can see the days, the FST. It can either stand for semestral test or for school test, which falls under exam schedule. You can choose any time, and upon clicking save, the data that you have inputted will now display here, and you can now see it here. The value of daily class is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You can delete one of these. And for the semester, you can indicate which term goes active. For example, right now the term active is the 2022 to 2023 second semester and term. How about let's set it to first term 2022-2023. Set. And let's change that into midterm. There you go. It is now displayed. This will now be present here in the print exam. Let's say Mr. Last first. Save. It is now saved. Let's see it. It's over here. As you can see, we indicated that it was a midterm exam, the faculty name, the schedule, and the first semester. Yeah, let's check for Mr. First. There we go. Then the subject that we put, the day, the time, the room, and the class. If you want to edit it, it can be. And you can also delete it. There you go. For the entry, yeah, something much. For the profile, you can change your account details, your username. This cannot be deleted since it is on the database. You can change your password. For the calendar, you can set a schedule, such as like this. Let's say Excel institutional program with the description of a contest. Let's say today until 9 a.m. Save it. This will save here. You can see here the details, contest, the duration, and if we edit it, such as program. There you go. For the institutional calendar is only for events for the school, such as contests, program, or any extracurricular. For junior high calendar and senior high calendar, these are for meetings, most likely for the faculty and non-faculty members. Students cannot touch this and cannot be seen nor cannot participate in this because only faculty members are allowed to can see the schedule. The students interface shows the information about the students, the student number, the last name, the first name, the scholarship they are in. The faculty load creates the load for the teachers. You have to type your name first, your last name, the status, which if you are a full-time or part-time, the school year that you're teaching, the quarter, since the school are now in a quarter system, the subject that you will be teaching, the number of sections that you will be teaching, and the hours of that subject in a week. Upon select doing so, let us try full-time 2022, quarter 3. No, let's make it quarter 1. Let's say science. Here we go. Science, let's have 5 sections. And then per hour, since this per hour is given by the school and it is a constant teaching hours, let's give it a 4. So 5 times 4 should be 20. Here it is. And here's the total. It displays all the faculty load and the faculty load table. And here computes all the total teaching hours, which are mostly needed by the school since they have a hard time computing and displaying all the faculty load. Let us now go to the user's interface. As you can see, it is only limited. You can see the schedule, which has no existing schedules. For exam, it has the same principle as the home schedule here. You can also print it. For the calendar, you can only see it. You can only view it, rather, and cannot edit or nor add anything, since the admin only has the power to do so. For the rooms, same thing goes. You can only view sections, students, but you can also edit your account. That is all for the Pasig Catholic College faculty loading system. Thank you for listening.